Welcome to another edition of the Postgame Wrap. I'm Jarret Johnson, and boy, Texas Tech suffered a heartbreaking loss to Kansas State on Saturday. The Red Raiders fell 25-24 to the Wildcats, and it was a game very much different than, like, say, TCU or UT, where those two games you felt like Texas Tech from like almost the beginning, the first snap, like they weren't in it and they weren't going to have a chance. And this game felt like the opposite. They jumped out on a 14-0 lead. They actually had a chance to build on that. They were up they scored on the opening drive. On the ensuing kickoff, they recovered a fumble, scored, and then got a 3-and-out. But then it had the ball, I think, like right around midfield. But they actually went 3-and-out. But still, Texas Tech had a 24-10 lead at the break, feeling really good. The defense played very well, really, for most of the game. But then, man, in the second half, the Red Raiders offensively were shut out. And there was a couple of really huge momentum plays that really swung the tide in favor of the Wildcats. And the first one was a safety. So the Red Raiders opened the second half on defense, forced a punt. It may have been a 3-and-out. I think it was a 3-and-out. And then a punt rolled all the way down. They didn't fill the punt, allowed it to roll to the 5. I asked Coach Wells about it. He said it hadn't been a problem. Well, I beg to differ. It's been a problem all year. I've asked him about it at least twice now, if not more. And that particular play irks me because there's so much yardage lost by not field the punt and fair catch it. And on that one, it really hurts you because it pins you inside the 5, and then on the ensuing play, you run a delayed handoff, which took a lot of time. I think that's a bad play call, but I mean, if you execute, it's okay. Well, they didn't. TJ Storment was beaten by Kansas State defensive lineman. He gets the sack, or he gets the tackle for loss. It's a safety. Kansas State gets the ball, marches down the field, scores. So that's 9 points. Just bam, just like that. You're only up 5. So that was a huge play. After that play, Kansas State was all up, and it seemed like Texas Tech went flat. And then later in the game, you're still up by 5. Times running down. Kansas State's deep in their own territory. Has a 3rd and 30, I believe. And actually, Mighty Joe in the press box, we were talking. He said, they'll get this, And I said, this should be a stop. And I said, well, they could get a pass interference or some kind of personal foul penalty. And lo and behold, Devin Drew, defensive end, who he's been good this year, but this is one of the worst plays of the year. He had a illegal hands to the face, and I saw it. I mean, I don't know what it was like on TV if they showed replays or if you saw it, but I mean, it was an illegal hands to the face. There's no conspiracy here. And so Kansas State gets the first down. Of course, they march down the field, get a touchdown, don't get a 2-point conversion. They're up by 1. About 6 minutes left, something like that. Texas Tech has an opportunity to march down the field. They get right to the edge of Jonathan Garabay's field goal range, but then sacks, penalties, poor football happened, and the Red Raiders lost. I mean, it's just that simple. 25-24. So it's a game that Tech needed to win. It's a game that Tech should have won. And really, this was a new way for the Red Raiders to lose this year, to have the quick start, to be looking good. It looked a lot like the West Virginia game until it didn't, until they blew it at the end. I thought what's funny is, so both on this preview video and then on the radio, on the Rockin' Pregame, I had said, and I thought the key to the game was how they schemed defensively, and if they sold out to stop the run. I think they did that. I think they did a really good job of stopping the run, of holding Kansas State down, of scheming it well, of competing well. That wasn't the problem. So that's one key. Hey, I mean, they did a good job. And then Pete Christie said, and I agree with this, on our Rockin' Pregame show, they had to start fast. And I mean, this is as good of a start as you could ask for, right? I mean, 14-0 lead, bam, 14-point lead at the halftime break. So those were like the major keys for me. And you accomplished both of them, and you still found a way to lose with that safety and the illegal hands to the face, not fielding the punt, just these little small things that are were big things because of the timing of it. So, obviously, I detailed what it could mean if they won and then if they lost. I mean, look, Tech's remaining schedule is now at Oklahoma, bye. You have Iowa State at home, Oklahoma State at home, and at Baylor, so who looks a lot better than we thought going into the season. So it's one of the toughest schedules in all of college football. Those saying they don't think Tech will win another game, I mean, you're probably right. So we'll see. Crazier things have happened, but this was a tough loss for just the whole Wells regime and everything. And it's really disappointing. It was just right there. But they lost. It's 25-24. The Red Raiders fall to 5-3 overall, 2-3 in the Big 12. They have an Oklahoma team that certainly got a wake-up call on Saturday themselves with a really terrible start to the Kansas game. I believe they were shut out in the first half. So, I don't think they'll have a letdown against Tech. They already had it against Kansas. So, and then Tech's coming off this tough loss. So, just not really a good recipe there. But we'll see what happens. The Red Raiders still do have 4 games on their schedule, and they just need one to be bowl eligible. But will that be enough to continue the Wills era or not? I don't know. We'll see. So, with that, I want to thank you for watching, and until next time.